How you doing, people? Robert here, AKA Robess Anti-Corruption Scotland. I'm going to do this video. I've been asked a question. There seems to be a wee bit of panic with certain people about the thing that's supposed to be happening on the 19th of July this year, relating to the tyrant Kier Starmer, the man hiding behind the mask of government, Prime Minister, is allegedly signing powers over to the WEF, the WHO. And what we'll do is we'll throw in the United Nations, right? The three tyrants that have got an obsession with controlling the people's lives, countries, and it's diabolical that people are still no doing what they need to do, right? The WEF, if this happens, have got the power to force vaccinations, force lockdowns, restrict travel, meaning that if there's a lockdown out of the blue and you're abroad, you're not going to get home. They're going to keep you where you are, right? 3 examples. Now, what people forget to understand is that Kier Starmer is a living man, Rachel Reeves is a living woman, and Rayner is a living woman. And every man and woman that represents Westminster Parliament, Scottish Parliament, English Parliament, Welsh and Irish Parliament are representatives of a corporation of fiction. Now, let me get to the point and address this. When the man, Kier Starmer, says he's going to sign over powers from the United Kingdom to the WEF, he's signing over the rights of the corporation, the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has no life, the same as the WEF, WHO, and United Nations, and every other corporation throughout the world. But this is a game that's being played against the people because they've been indoctrinated to think that these men and women behind these masks and fictitious names and fictitious titles has power over them when they don't. No man representing a government or any government, women included, can make a claim to the air, the water or the lands. They don't have that power. A man representing a government, corporation, an entity cannot sign over a living man or a living woman's rights to another foreign entity without consent, contract or jurisdiction, and that's a fact. But people are out there walking about with their head up their arses, no paying attention, taking their eye off the ball, and you've got the biggest majority of people out there moaning and groaning and sit back and do nothing. And that's why the people's lives, the people's countries and their services is the state it's in, because people sit back and all they want to do is bitch. Times I think to myself, I'm sorry I've woke up. It's a terrifying experience, waking up knowing everything that they're doing isn't right, knowing it's wrong, it's unlawful. But what's even more terrifying is the biggest majority of numpties out in the street that don't pay attention and call people like myself conspiracy theorists or tinfoil hat wearers haven't got a clue. They're indoctrinated, psycho-conditioned dummies that doesn't know any better. And they're going to drag people like myself and people all over the world, the country that's woke up, into a situation that these people, including myself, don't want to be in, because we do not require to be in that position. Now, the last time there was supposed to be a general strike in the United Kingdom, and a funny laughing stock, that's what you are, a laughing stock. It was held on a Saturday when everybody was off work. So how could it be a general strike? What did that achieve? Nothing. What did your partitions achieve? Nothing. Partition is to beg to the people that's abusing their power, committing malfeasance in public office and treason at the highest level, right? And that's a fact. The only way, really, that I see to sort this is shut the country down. And I don't mean a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks. Everybody requires to stock up fuel, food, or whatever, and just shut the country down. Then you'll get them to bow. Walking in the street partitioning. Somebody says, Tommy's going to do a big thing in September. Hee-haw. What's that going to achieve? What is anything that Tommy Robertson's achieved apart from waking people up about rape gangs? What has it achieved? What's it done to help the people? What's it done to solve the problems in the community, the country, with the sick, the poor, the elderly, deprivation and poverty? It's done nothing, right? And that's a fact. And that nonsense walking hundreds of thousands in the street proves nothing. It achieves nothing. You have to take the people on the system direct. Every MP, every councillor, every MSP, every politician. Doesn't matter what legal title they have, that's what's got to be done. Everybody has to resist, defy, and do not comply. That's what needs to happen. We do not bow to their authority. The biggest majority of people out there still don't understand their standing. They think they're persons and citizens. That's where the problem lies. When you fill in a passport in all capital name black ink, when you fill in a driving licence, all capital name black ink, you fill in their paperwork, it's all got to be done in boxes where it doesn't exist, all capital name black ink. You're dead. They don't recognise you, they don't hear you, and they don't see you. Right? It's diabolical that people are just going along with this rhetoric and babble and nonsense and doing nothing about it. I'm kind of at my final point. I'm making a decision because the corporations is not the issue here. It's the fucking people. They're the issue. And until people step up, stand up, come together and put an end to this, it's not going to end. It's going to get worse. You think it's bad now? It's not even started, people. It hasn't started. This is only the beginning. But they're getting to their end game. Digital ID, digital currency, lockdowns, forced vaccinations, control, 15-minute cities. And you people are sitting letting this happen because you think it's good. It's a good thing. Then we've got the climate change bullshit. There's no climate change in Scotland. I've been on this planet long enough to know how this weather stipulates, right? So you get a sun for a couple of weeks tops. If you're lucky in Scotland, you get most rain. It's cold. Where is the climate change? It's never changed since I've been a boy. You've been fed a lie, the same as you've been fed a lie by buying all these electric cars. That's a load of nonsense. You've been lied to, they've sold you a lie. Everything they sell you is a lie. The media is the spreader of the virus. The government is the virus with the propaganda bullshit that they spread to the people, and the people take it in like a sponge because they don't know any better. And it's wrong. Kier Starmer and every politician within that corporation, the United Kingdom, Westminster Parliament, Irish, Welsh and Scottish Parliament don't have the power. Okay, people? And this is a bit you have to comprehend and understand. They don't have the power. If I came to your door and enforced a rule on you, would you accept it? No, you wouldn't. You would tell me where to go. Most of you anyway. So why are you accepting their rules, regulations and policies? And as I keep saying, legislation, statutes and acts is civil laws. They're a law of contract. But you're being coerced into contracts unlawfully because you don't know what they're doing and how they're doing it. It's terrible that people don't get this yet. Please, people, wake up, smell the coffee. Stop the protesting nonsense, stop the petitions, take direct action. Do something about it. Don't moan or whinge about it or bitch about it. Do something about it. Right? And it can be done. Well, a couple of thousand donkeys between four parliaments is controlling millions upon millions of people and getting away with it. I don't get that. The other thing I'm going to come up here is starting to rattle my cage. Nigel Farage, full of promises. I don't know what he's achieved since he's come into power. One of the questions, there's actually two questions I want to ask the people out there and see if I get an answer. One is, how many people since the 10 councils that they've took positions in power over has stopped paying benefits for hotels? I don't think there is any stop of benefits being paid to hotels. The refugees are still being paid for, even with them in councils. And it's also came to my attention, but I'm going to double check it, it brought to my attention that Nigel Farage is still getting his EU pension. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'm going to research that and find that out. And if that's the case, Nigel Farage is a hypocrite, he's a liar, the same as the rest of them. And remember, people, Reform UK are registered and Dun & Bradstreet's a private corporation, an international database. They're sitting back right now making loads and loads of money for the people, memberships and all the rest of it, right? He's another one that stands on platforms, on news conferences and videos. As far as I'm concerned, talking all that nonsense, right? Talking about it's one thing, doing something about it's another. And when are you people going to do something about it? Stop listening to your politicians. They're all tyrants. They don't work for the people. They work for the corporations. They're not the real power. The bankers and what's above the bankers, the corporate elite is the real power. They're pulling their strings, enforcing policies and rules. And they're all bought and paid for, people. So make no mistake, that system's corrupt to the core. And as I keep saying a few times back, the only way forward is a one people government, a people government from the people, and get rid of the politicians and shut the whole lot down. Shut the legal system down, destroy the legal system. Once the people get a government, if they wanted to do that, you get the power, then we can take the courts back. Once we've got the government in place and the courts, then it's our turn to go back for them. And we can go back for them and make them pay for everything they've done to us and what we've paid for. People have to make a choice. Sit back like modern day slaves or step up. Come together and put a stop to this. And I don't mean partitioning or walking and marching and shouting, abusing the state, causing damages to properties. We idiots join in just to get a kick out of causing problems. This system can be taken down rapid by the people if the people wish to do so. Again, these tyrants don't have the power that they claim if the people come together. And that's the problem. The people come together and we nip it in the bud. Now, they've got forums. I got a forum the other day, we're registering to vote. Straight in the bin. Occupier. I don't know who that is. Never heard of them. That's the problem. When you register to vote, you become part of their legal system. You become a fiction, a person. And you also become a citizen. And that's where they get you. And you hear that term, everybody shouting about statutes and acts are only given the force of law by consent of the governed. Well, the minute you register to vote and you become a citizen, you have consented. Doesn't matter anything after that. You've joined in their system and you're under their rules, regulations and policies. And that's how they can enforce them on you. Because they don't recognise a man or a woman, only a person or a fiction. And that's what people have to understand. Anyway, people, the point being, Starmer, when it's stated with the media or whoever else, is signing powers over to the WEF. The WEF can't sign papers, can't write letters, can't answer phones, can't interact with men or women. But the men and women, that's the deception behind the mask. That's where the problem is. That's where they think they get the power. Everything's a fictitious world out there. Everything is corporate entities. Dead, speak, have no life. Council, police, Scotland, social services department, local authority, Scottish Water, Scottish Gas. They're all entities, corporate names used to escape liability, and that's the bit people have to understand. They have to snap out this transferring, this indoctrination of lies and do something about it. The time is now, people, because it's getting to dangerous times. And if you think it's bad news, I said earlier in the video, think again, it's not even started. We, the people, cannot allow these tyrants to control our lives. Allow them to still commit child abuse, trafficking to sons and daughters, abuse the elderly with no cares. We need to stop the deprivation and poverty with immediate effect and without delay. Don't listen to politicians, and that's including Nigel Farage. He's talked about 4 years from now. How do you know, people, that he's going to get any power in 4 years? That's a presumption. and that's the other 2 points I want to bring up before I finish this video. Their system works on presumption and assumption. Doesn't it work on fact? Now, I'll give you an example. God rest my father. The year that my father was alive, he predicted it was winter time, that in the summer he was going to do this or do that. But the problem is, he couldn't do this or do that because he died. You cannot predict the future, people. I live day by day. I don't say I'm going to do this next week or the week after. When I get up, if I'm going to do something, I do it on the day. I think about it on the day. And I'm grateful to be here every day. And that's the way you should think. These councils, again, don't work for you. Wake up. The government doesn't work for you. Wake up, smell the coffee, and do something about it. Anyway, people, I hope this information kind of enlightens you that Starmer and all these politicians can't sign over a man or woman's rights without their consent, jurisdiction, or contract. Again, civil laws is a law of contract. They cannot make laws, they can only make rules, regulations and policies, corporate rules, regulations and policies. And not the ones that consent to it, it's the ones that create it. It doesn't affect the rest of the people, but it does if you are recognised as a person, a dead fiction, or a citizen, right? So get the 2 points in your head. You are not a person, and you have to reject the status of citizen. That's where they get you. It's like with the royals, they tell you that you're the king's subject. You're not that either. That's a nonsense. Where does he or anybody else in the royal family get power over a man or a woman? It's a fucking nonsense. But you are all indoctrinated to believe or understand. Believe means nothing. It's without evidence, think or thought. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you're happy with what I've tried to break down here. I hope you've got an understanding. And again, anything I say in any of the videos, people, I'll verify it under a charge of perjury. Any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland or Wales. Court of Session, Supreme Court or beyond. And it's not for educational purposes, this video. It's fact. 100%, 1,000,000% fact. I will never give misinformation. And anything I give for free. Not like most of them out there wanting to fund me or PayPals. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. You people have a good day. Please share this video far and wide. Get that information out there and let's see if we can get people woke up, because I'm losing heart, people. I'm losing heart because you just sit back. Not the people that's woke up, not the people that's fighting and having a go, but the biggest majority of sheep, out there, they don't want to do nothing because their life is too comfortable. Well, let me tell you people, it isn't going to be comfortable for much longer if they get their way. But hee-haw, it's down to the people at the end of the day. I'm only one man and I can only put the truth out there, and how people interpret the truth and what they're going to do about it is up to them. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. Anyway, people, again, please share this video far and wide. Take care, be safe, and there's more to come. I'm sorry about delaying the videos. I was tied up with some stuff and I had to deal with my own personal stuff. So I've dealt with that for the time being, and I'm now back on track. Alright people, take care, be safe and have a lovely day. Bye bye.